nice. I love it. Great game. Mario x Rabbids. It's a game by Ubisoft. Did you notice it's by Ubisoft? Their name's on there. Let's talk about it. I did not know much about the game going into it. Heck, I found out when it was coming out only the day before. There were reviews popping up and it got me interested as the overall feedback was positive on a Ubisoft game, and that's quite eye-catching. Currently, I've played for about 1.5 hours, so let's see what I think. Part 1. Polish. So one of the first things that I noticed in the reviews that I read was the mentioning of polish. The game is Polish, which, and I'll promise I'll stop comparing this game to other Ubisoft games, I'm not used to a lot. For example, an Assassin's Creed game often feels rather stiff. You've got your NPCs walking around doing their business, and you're doing your business, and there's buildings, but there's not much going on. There's nothing really popping out, nothing very eye-catching. The world of Mario and Rabbids is filled with details, things that catch your eyes and are really enjoyable to look at. One of the things that I particularly like were these plants, which moved to the music. Most of the time. And when they didn't, that felt like kind of a shame. Like, why didn't you optimize this awesome feature, and why not polish it further? Oh wait, it's never mind. I was gonna stop doing that. Speaking of music though, it's really good. I enjoyed listening to it. There's some Mario tunes thrown into the mix, which makes sense because it's a Mario crossover game. But overall, it's good, nice to listen to. It's a good time. Part 2. A character. One of the things I do genuinely believe is polished in this game is the characters. Every character behaves differently, has its own animations. You start up with only 3 characters, Mario, Rabbid Peach and Rabbid Luigi, and then there's some unlockable characters later down the line. Though I haven't gotten to them yet, I think I was about to unlock one of them. There's only one thing I don't quite like about the characters, and it's that you can see all the characters that you're going to be unlocking on the character select screen. Like, they're blanked out, but anyone with a brain can see who these characters are. Besides that, they're also all featured in trailers and on their website, so the surprise factor of that is kind of ruined. Part 3. The gameplay. The gameplay of Mario x Rabbids campaign can be split into 2 different sections. The battles and the walking towards the battles. Like, in between the battles there are these little sections, and they're there. They're not very special, but I do think it helps pace out the game. If it would be just battles, it would probably end up getting quite boring. The battles, however, are, of course, the main draw of Mario x Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And I have to say, I do enjoy them quite a lot. Despite not being a very big fan of many turn-based games, and never having played a turn-based tactics game, which this game is, I really enjoyed it. Let's give a quick rundown of what you can do in these battles exactly. You've got your movement, which allows you to move around and tackle enemies, hide behind cover, jump on your teammate for some extra range. You've got your gun, shoot things, and you unlock some more abilities as you go. Every character can both shoot, move, and use this ability each turn, once per turn. In between the round you can swap between actions. For example, if shooting first is better for your situation, and you can also swap characters, which does not interfere with the moves, so you can, for example, shoot with every character and move them all away after that, if you so desire. This actually gives a lot of depth to the combat system. You want to be in range to hit and tackle enemies, be on the high ground to deal more damage, be out of range for the enemies their attacks. If there's cover between you and the enemy, you'll have less chance of hitting, so you really have to think about what you're doing, making the battles really interesting, in my opinion. I breezed through all the levels without dying until I got to the first mini-boss, who completely destroyed me, but that felt quite justified. I wasn't paying attention to my positioning and made dumb decisions, so in my opinion the difficulty seems to be pretty good. There is also an easy mode, probably for the younger players, so you don't ever get stuck in a battle if you are having trouble with it. So yes, I enjoyed the mechanical aspects of the battles quite a lot. However, I still don't think I would enjoy a game like XCOM, for example, which is in the same genre. It's pretty much, this game is being compared to XCOM a lot because of how similar it is. What helped me enjoy Mario Rabbids even more was the aesthetics. The happy colors, silly animations, goofy enemies, it makes the game a lot more fun to watch. And that's what I find important in a turn-based game, because you're waiting a lot, you have to look at the enemies and the fights, because essentially you're only pressing buttons. So if it's actually fun to watch those animations and things happening, that makes it a lot more enjoyable for me. It's probably the same reason I enjoyed the South Park Stick or Truth game so much. The dialogue between the characters made those battles a lot more interesting as well. I shouldn't forget to mention that there's an option for you to speed up the enemy turn, which I think is a really good feature. And there's also a tactics mode, however I haven't figured out how it works. It may have been broken when I tried it, as the option to pass the turn to the enemy team didn't work for me at first either. After meshing around some buttons, it suddenly worked. I had no idea what fixed it, but thank God it worked, otherwise I would have been stuck. Other than that, I haven't seen many other issues other than a few frame drops, which I'll forgive because I'm used to it from Ubisoft. I mean, because Zelda was way worse at launch. They might fix it later down the line. Who knows? It wasn't that bothersome either, so it's fine. Part 4. Story. While watching the advertisements of this game, I never really asked myself the question, how the hell are they going to explain these weird rabbits entering the Mushroom Kingdom? I just kinda accepted it as is. I mean, goofy game, sure, let's go. But there is a story. And it's a mighty tale of importance and whoa. Quick rundown. There was a scientist making a device that merged objects with each other. Sadly, it kept overheating, so the scientist took a break, and then the rabbits kind of just showed up. Why couldn't they have shown up in the Mushroom Kingdom in the first place? Why does it have to happen in such a convoluted... Anyway, they mess around, which no one notices. One picks up the merger thing and merges stuff, and they all get sucked into the Mushroom Kingdom where they wreak even more havoc. Also, everyone gets sucked into the sky except Mario, which makes sense. This story isn't very strong, but it doesn't need to be really. Some of the cutscenes make me laugh, or at least chuckle a bit, which is all I need honestly. Much like the sections in between battles, the story helps pace the game so you don't have to battle constantly. In conclusion, I feel like this game is perfect for me. For the way I use my Switch at least. I don't play my Switch much at home, I get plenty of entertainment out of my PC anyway, but I mainly end up playing it on the train for periods of about 30 minutes or sometimes even shorter. I feel like I can play this game for a short time, pause it and pick back up whenever, even in the middle of a battle. Zelda is more inviting for longer play sessions, and Mario Kart is really annoying having to pause mid-race, so Rabbids will definitely be a fun game to play on the go. Like many Switch games however, I do feel like the price might be a little bit high. I can confirm the full length of the game. I've read it's about 20 hours, which is pretty decent. What's most frustrating to me however is Ubisoft already talking about their add-ons and DLC and get the season pass for some extra guns. I'd maybe wait for a price drop of some sorts. Most Ubisoft games end up at like 10 euros after a year anyway. Though it's probably different because Mario is in the title of this one. Myself, I'm happy I still had a 15 euro discount coupon lying around. Hey there, thanks for watching that review. I've never really done anything similar, but I enjoyed putting it together. I'll probably give this another shot whenever a new game comes out and I want to have it anyway. Probably will see videos on Shadow of War and Mario Odyssey when they come out. If you have any suggestions, feel free to tell me. I did my best explaining things as well as giving my opinion on them and structuring the video in a relatively good manner. But yeah, as I said, first time for everything, so please tell me how to improve. I'd love to. I don't know how to end this video, so I'm just gonna slowly walk away from my microphone. Bye bye. Bye.